Hello all and welcome for Play Squad Gaming here, and this is our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series. Hidden away in Thanalan's ruins, this is our second optional dungeon. This is the Sunken Temple of Qarn. Let's start by mentioning that this dungeon is quite a bit harder than the ones previous, and as mentioned before, it is not part of the main story questline. We can unlock it by completing the quest Braving New Depths in Western Thanalan. So without further ado, let's dive right in. We are instantly met with a group of adds in the form of bats. Quickly kill these and get down to business. Directly in front of us we have a stone plinth called the Warden. This gives us information we need to unlock the final boss door without summoning any new adds. It will also reward you with 3 treasure coffers if done correctly. It is possible to still open the door for the final boss without the information gained here, but you will lose out on some loot and have more adds to kill. I am not going to ruin the surprise about what relics we need. Who do you think I am, your drunk uncle at Christmas? After clearing this area and gathering the information we need, head on down the stairs. Room number 2, and here we are met with some new adds. On the back wall of this room you'll notice a relic called the Helm of Mine. These relics offer another puzzle in this dungeon which also rewards us with more loot. We can collect 4 relics to open 4 rooms. Simple and effective. Each relic will have a specific design and the pedestal in which we place it will have an image on it. It's pretty self-explanatory and is also entirely skippable, so up to you. Once the room is cleared, we can progress. So now this is where our difficulty level increases. This next room is filled with more new adds. The temple bees are our main focus here. They have an ability called Final Sting which can one-shot any party member, and due to enmity this is usually the tank. We can negate this by killing them quickly. We also notice a huge stone face called the Qarn Facer. We will discuss these more later on, however be careful of their frontal cone AoE as it does significant damage and causes all kinds of debuffs. Progress further and into the room with the Gem of Affluence. Remember to kill the temple bee first and clear these mobs. Pick up your relic and head on through towards the first boss. This first boss has new mechanics we have not seen before and is probably the toughest boss in this dungeon. Without team organisation this fight can prove to be real tricky. However, I will explain each aspect, preparing you for what's to come. Teratotaur is as mean as they come. I mean, just look at him. We can start this fight as normal with the tank gaining the enmity and facing him away from our party. We need to watch out for a frontal cone and a large circular AoE periodically throughout this fight. These however can be interrupted. Teratotaur will summon Wesps at random times. These must be focused and killed as soon as they spawn, as they also have the Final Sting ability dealing 90% damage. Keep damaging the boss and either dodging or interrupting his abilities until around 50% health when he will begin to roar. Mortal Ray will cover the full fight area and grant everyone a Doom debuff. You must head over to the glowing platform as quickly as possible to remove the debuff. Failure to do this will instantly kill you. Be careful as they can move, so use sprint or any movement enhancing abilities if available. Keep these mechanics in mind and eventually Teratotaur will fall. Teamwork is essential for that fight, and if you are worried your party does not know the mechanics, simply tell them. After all, this fight is easy when you know how. Pick up your loot and head further down into the temple. After the temple bees we are greeted with a death claw and an abois du pois. We need to make sure to kill the stone face on the glowing platform, as this will then open the stone door. This mechanic is used quite often. I recommend getting your tank to gain enmity, drag them to the platform and only start attacking them when they are fully stood on the platform. Be mindful of the frontal cone and beware that more adds may join the fight as soon as you open the door. The same mechanic applies to these stone faces, making sure to only kill one face per platform. This will open up the side rooms which contain the further 2 relics we need. Also they contain more adds. This area is entirely skippable by just killing the faces and progressing. But what fun is that? If you kill the stone faces prematurely and not on a platform, they will come back to life after a brief delay. If you're going to kill a magic floating stone face, do it properly. Jeez. After the 2 rooms are cleared, or if you have skipped them, head through the next room, kill the Deathclaws, down the ramp and clear these adds as well. We are now faced with the next boss fight area, and this boss is a breeze compared to the last. We notice the Temple Guardian stood in the middle of the room, and we also notice the Golem Soulstone. This is our main target throughout the fight. The tank needs to gain the enmity and face the boss away from the party. The Guardian takes very minimal damage, so we should attack the Soulstone, which when destroyed weakens the Guardian and allows us to damage him normally. Watch out for a frontal cone AoE which is interruptible. Once the Soulstone is destroyed, damage the Guardian as much as possible, and at around 50% health, the Soulstone regenerates to protect the boss again. We now need to watch out as the Temple Guardian will now change his target and attack the other party members. We also need to be careful of a large rectangular AoE and a kickback which he does before targeting the tank again. Kill the Soulstone and then damage the Guardian as normal and he will soon fall. Pick up your loot, head up the ramp, kill these mobs and place your Adjudicator on the platform as usual. This will open the large gate at the top of the stairs. This area is where we can use our relics and open all of the extra side rooms which contain more loot. You need to place a relic in the corresponding pedestal to open the door. The pedestal will have a small image on it to indicate which relic is needed. If you get this wrong, 3 ads will appear which need to be killed. If you get this correct, you can walk in and collect your loot. You will find most parties skip this puzzle, however it is fun to try at least once and it can reward you with decent gear. You can attempt these rooms as many times as you wish, so don't worry if you get the wrong relic for that pedestal, just try and try again. Once you have finished the rooms or want to move past this area, head up the stairs and move the stone face onto the platform as normal. You will then enter the tomb, which is full of ads to kill. You will also notice a stone set of scales in which we must balance to open the large stone door, allowing entry to the final boss. The Warden plinth at the start of the dungeon told us what relics we need to place and on which side. If you get this correct, you are rewarded with 3 treasure coffers. Get this wrong and you will spawn 3 ads which you have to kill. Whichever way you do this puzzle, you will eventually open the door and see the final boss fight area. Head on through and enjoy the cutscene. So we have finally made it to the final boss, the Adjudicator. This boss has some interesting mechanics and teamwork is needed. We can start off the fight as normal with the tank gaining the enmity and aiming the boss away from the party. We need to be careful of a frontal cone AoE that deals damage and blinds whoever it hits. We also need to watch out for Paralyze, which as you can imagine grants the Paralyze debuff to one of our party members. The frontal cone can be interrupted with a stun and Paralyze can be interrupted with the interject ability. Sun Jurors will spawn early on, and as we have learned, the mechanic here is to kill them on the glowing platforms. This phase is often skipped by the amount of damage the boss takes, so don't worry too much about this one. Keep damaging the boss as normal, and around halfway through the fight, mithril vergers will spawn firing a beam of light in a straight line. Simply kill these as they spawn. During the fight, black zones appear around random mithril vergers. The damage dealer should look at entering the zones and killing them as soon as possible. Party needs to stay mobile and keep damaging the Adjudicator when they get chance. Towards the end of the fight, the boss will spawn 4 mithril vergers at once. Dodge these and keep dealing damage, and eventually the Adjudicator will fall. There we have it, the Sunken Temple of Qarn is complete. This dungeon is more difficult than what we are used to and is a good test to make sure we can understand different mechanics. I personally would like to thank you for watching this guide. If you believe I've missed anything or if there's anything you would like to see in our future videos, please comment below. We are 4 Player Squad Gaming, thanks for watching.